global partner. And this has happened with a lot of hard work that has really happened. And ladies and gentlemen, at the center of this transformation is one man who has tireless efforts, vision, commitment have made, who has been instrumental in shaping this, India's foreign policy and strengthening the position of India as a key international player in diplomacy. With your leadership, sir, the members, the industry is very keen to listen to your perspectives on the economy, the geopolitical scenarios, and how that will impact the Indian business as we go along. So with this, once again, a very, very warm welcome to you this afternoon, and over to you, Sanjay.
Thank you. So keeping the spirit of efficiency, we are going to have no more speeches. So I want to go straight into the question, but before that, I want to give you a sense, Honorable Minister, that the audience here and the membership of Assocham is lakhs of MSMEs and SMEs. Very few large corporates, but they are, but I suppose they have many, many forums. I think this forum is a forum which actually I think forms the backbone of all the large corporate supply chain. And we talk about a supply chain to the world, but frankly, MSMEs form the backbone of the OEMs here itself. And I don't think they get an opportunity to hear from a person like you. And today morning, Minister Goyal spoke a lot about ease of doing business and what it takes. And I think love to hear from your perspective. We're definitely entering an era of uncertainty, we know that. From your perspective and from your lens, this community, which I think forms the backbone of the industry, what should they know just as high points when we talk of uncertainty or certainty? And maybe delve that very quickly into opportunities and challenges for them as you see it. And then I will, go a little bit deeper into different areas, but I thought we could just set the stage with that,
Thank you. First of all, that MSMEs is the key to how you look after the economy. And therefore, it is very, very, yes, the big corporates will have their interests and their, that is legitimate, but I think there is an obligation on the part of the government to actually focus very, very heavily on MSMEs, and I want to share that with you. By the way, I must tell you, I also have MSME connection. For a long time, I lived in Noida. All my neighbors were MSME people, and I'm still very much, shall I say, I have some personal associations. And in fact, during COVID, one of the rest of the country was on lockdown, but ministers were on super duty. So sabki teen shift lagi hui thi. One of my shifts was to keep checking up, what was happening in terms of the industrial estates of the country. So I want to say this. Look, world today is actually, not just today, last 5 years I would say, has been a very difficult place for a variety of reasons. We had COVID 2.5 years. We are having also a problem that as we open our economy, everybody thought openness, you get benefits of openness. Of course we got benefits of openness. But that same openness also became a gateway for goods which were produced by non-market economies, goods which were subsidized, to actually be, for those goods to be sent to India, and that is a competition which I would regard as an unfair competition. So a lot of our concerns today is how do we actually ensure that our MSME sector is actually protected from unfair competition. Now, what is the situation today in the world? I think even before November meaning the election abhi America mein hua tha, but even before November, I think there were a lot of serious problems in the world economy. And these problems are visible in different countries in different ways. Across the world, many countries, the manufacturing sector has been hit. MSME sector has been particularly hit. MSMEs have found it very difficult to deal with unfair competition in open economy. So the challenge which today many countries are facing, either you stop the unfair competition or you close the economy. Nobody wants to close the economy. So we have to find some solutions to deal with that unfair competition. And you can find that solution partly defensively, partly by supporting your own companies. So I would say, how to make it easier to do business, how to, improve credit support to companies, how to reduce bureaucracy, how to improve logistics, all this is part today of how to actually support industry in this country. Now, I also want to say one other thing, sometimes people say, wo manufacturing ka zamana chale gaya, that is for China, we can never compete, etc. If we do not have manufacturing in this country, we cannot have technology. जिस आदमी को, जिस देश को manufacturing की समझ नहीं है, how will they have the industrial climate to understand technology? If you don't understand technology, this era of AI, this era of space, this era of drones will miss out on it. So I would say today it is absolutely, I put it as one of the top priorities of the Modi government, that we have to push manufacturing in this country. We have to create more manufacturing zones. We have to improve logistics. We have to make ourselves more competitive. And I think we have made progress, but there is a lot that we have to do. One last comment. You said, what are the opportunities? Because mostly I've spoken about challenges. I think there are opportunities. There is going to be in supply chain in the world, there is going to be some shifts. We can say, after January, what will be the old equations may not be the same. There may be opportunities. There will also be some challenges for us. But overall, I would say, how can we make ourselves more efficient, more competitive? That is the way by which actually we will be more effective in the world.
Thank you. I think we tried to address a lot of that today morning, and I must tell you, I missed introducing, we had instituted a study on EODB, which is a much misused word. We call it cost